My channel is dying. It's the cold, hard truth. Tokyo's hidden corners used to be a hit. Now, my view count is lower than a high school kid's instant noodle unboxing. I was out of ideas. I was desperate. And when you're desperate, you go to desperate places. For me, that place was Meido Station. Meido, the underworld. The name says it all. It's not on any main line. You have to walk through a damp tunnel behind old Shinjuku, a place even Google Maps pretends doesn't exist. The rumor is, if you miss the last train at Meido, the next one will take you somewhere you can never check out from. It was the gold mine I was looking for. I grabbed my camera, my shotgun mic, and what was left of my hope, and went there on a Tuesday night. Just as I expected, the station was empty. The air was heavy with the smell of rust and ozone. The only sounds were my own footsteps echoing on the cracked concrete and water dripping somewhere in the dark. I turned on the camera. Its dim blue light was the only thing pushing back the thick shadows. "Kaido here," I whispered into the mic. 1A Meido Station. This, according to legend, is the last stop. I walked the platform. Everything was old. Beer posters from the 90s, yellowed and peeling. And then I saw him, a station attendant. He was meticulously wiping down a ticket gate that hadn't worked in years. He was old, thin, wearing a faded, dark blue uniform. "Excuse me," I called out. He looked up slowly. His face was a map of wrinkles, but his eyes were clear, almost empty. "Is this station closed?" He looked at me, then at my camera lens. A faint, barely noticeable smile touched his lips. "The Meido Station never truly closes, Kato-san. It just waits for its passengers." I flinched. He knew my name. He must have seen my channel. I hope so. "Are you the manager here?" "I am Tanaka. I take care of the place." He returned to his wiping. "The last train left an hour ago." "You should go home." "I heard," I pressed, stepping closer, "that there are stories here about people who disappeared." Tanaka stopped. The squeaking of the rag went silent. "Rumors," he said, his voice flat. "Just stories to scare children. But a word of advice. If you hear someone call your name in the women's restroom, don't answer. Especially if they compliment you." My heart hammered. This was it? Compliment me? They say she is always looking for beauty. She's jealous of it. Tanaka turned and walked into a small, dark office. "Now, go. The lighting here isn't good for your camera." I was alone again. The station fell back into silence. But his words were stuck in my head. The women's restroom. I couldn't leave. Not now. I'd come for a story. And I was going to get it. I walked toward the women's restroom. The metal door creaked as I pushed it open. It was pitch black inside. I switched on my camera's built-in light. Filthy wall tiles. Mirrors so clouded with grime, they barely reflected anything. And the smell. An overpowering chemical smell, like bleach mixed with something else. Something ... rotting. I panned the camera. "Okay, everyone, I'm in the women's. This place is disgusting." I heard crying. It was quiet, muffled, coming from the last stall. The door was closed. "Hello," I called out, my voice trembling. The crying stopped. I moved forward, slow. Camera pointed right at the door. I reached out a hand and pushed. It wasn't locked. It swung open slowly. It was empty. I let out a breath. Just my imagination. Then I saw it. Lying on the floor, next to the toilet, was a smartphone. The screen was cracked, but it was on. It was playing a video. I bent down, my camera recording the screen of the other phone. It was a selfie video. A young woman, probably a college student. Her name was Akiko. I knew because I'd read about her disappearance. In the video, Akiko was smiling, but she looked nervous. "I'm at Meido Station," she whispered. I think I heard someone. It's so creepy, but so exciting. She panned her phone around the restroom, the exact same one I was in. And then she stopped, focused on the mirror. "Who's there?" Akiko asked. In the reflection, just over her shoulder, a blurry shape appeared. A woman, wrapped in white bandages. Only one dark eye was visible, and a mouth that was stitched crudely shut. "Oh my God," Akiko breathed in the video. The bandaged woman tilted her head. A raspy voice, like it was tearing its way out of a ruined throat, came from the phone speaker. "You're beautiful," Akiko screamed. She dropped the phone. The screen tumbled. Then, the video angle settled on the floor. I could hear Akiko sobbing. "Please don't." And then another sound. The sound of liquid being poured. A sizzling sound. A horrific, inhuman scream ripped through the audio, long and piercing, before it was cut short by a wet gurgle. The video ended. The screen went dark. I was frozen. I was holding the evidence of Akiko's last moments. I scrambled out of that restroom, gagging on the chemical smell. I ran across the platform, not daring to look back. I didn't stop until I was out of the tunnel and breathing in the cool night air of Shinjuku. That night, I edited the footage. I uploaded it. In 12 hours, it hit 1 million views. My channel was alive. It wasn't just alive, it was exploding. The comments poured in. "Kato is a legend. This is terrifying." He found Akiko's phone, but there was one comment. From my biggest rival, Kenji, his channel, The Naked Truth, specialized in debunking people. Kenji posted a response video. "Kato is a fraud." He yelled into his camera, his face red. "An old phone? A faked video? This is pathetic. Meido Station is just an abandoned dump. There are no ghosts, only liars like Kato," he sneered. "Let me show you. Tomorrow night, I'm going to Meido Station. I'm live streaming, and I'm going to prove Kaito is a washed-up coward." I was furious, but a small part of me was also terrified for him. Fame is a drug. I needed more. My views were starting to level off after the Akiko spike. I needed something bigger. I went back to Meido Station. This time, I was there to catch the last train. Or more accurately, the train after the last train. I saw Tanaka again. He was sweeping the platform. "You're back, Kato-san," he said, not looking up. Addiction to fame is a hard one to kick. "The next train," I asked, "where does it go?" "It takes people where they deserve to go," he replied. "Like Tsubasa." "Tsubasa?" "A salaryman. He hated his job, hated his life. He always fell asleep on the last train home." Tanaka stopped sweeping. One night, he got on the wrong one. He was too tired to notice. He just wanted to bash his head against a wall. A train slid into the station. It was old, covered in rust. The doors hissed open. "Your train is here," Tanaka said. I stepped on. The car was empty, except for one person, a salaryman asleep in the far corner. He was in a suit, tie loosened. He looked exhausted. My heart was pounding. Was this Tsubasa? The doors slammed shut. The train started to move. I turned on my camera, whispering, "Everyone, I'm on the train. There's another man here. He looks just like..." The man suddenly woke up. He looked at me. His eyes were bloodshot. Then he started doing it. He started banging his head against the window. Just light taps at first. Thump, thump. "Hey," I called out. "Are you okay?" He didn't stop. He hit it harder. Thump. T-H-U-M-P. Thump. And then another voice spoke. "He's not okay." I spun around. An old man. He was sitting on the other side of the car, right behind me. How had I missed him? He was grinning. A wide, yellow-toothed grin. "He hates his job," the old man chuckled. "Hates it so much he could just die." The salaryman, Tsubasa, started slamming his head with insane force. Bam, bam, The glass started to crack. "Stop!" I yelled. I tried to run to the next car. The door was stuck. It was locked. Bam! Bam! Blood started to fly. It spattered the window. "You hate your job too, don't you, Kato-sen?" the old man asked, his voice sickeningly cheerful. "Being a vlogger is so tiring. Always chasing the next thing. Always chasing the views." The old man stood up, and he started banging his own head against the wall opposite him. Thud, thud, both of them. One at the window, one at the bulkhead, banging their heads in a horrifying rhythm. The lights on the train began to flicker. Off, on, off, on. On one moment of darkness, the banging stopped. When the lights came back on, they were gone. Both Tsubasa and the old man. The car was empty, just me, and the spiderweb of blood on the glass. The train stopped abruptly. The doors opened. I scrambled out. I fell onto the platform. I looked up. I was back at Meido Station. The rusty train slid backward into the darkness and vanished. I was shaking. I checked my camera. The footage, it was corrupted. Just a mess of static. Everything I'd just seen, gone. No, not entirely. In the middle of all that static, there was one single frame. Just one. It wasn't corrupted. It was a picture of the old man. He was grinning right at the lens. I posted the photo. I told the story. My channel blew up all over again. But the real hype was for something else. Kenji's live stream. It was scheduled for that night. I watched. Of course I watched, along with 50,000 other people. The stream came online. Kenji was at Meido Station. He looked smug. "What's up, everyone? Kenji here," he shouted. "As promised, I am at Meido Station. And guess what? There's nothing here. No ghost trains. No head-banging old guys. And definitely no acid-scarred girl in the bathroom." He laughed. "Kato is a liar. He played you all." I clenched my fists. Kenji wandered the platform. "Man, I'm thirsty. Oh, look at this." He pointed his camera at something I had never noticed. A vending machine. It was bright red, an almost unnatural shade of red that clashed with the station's grime. "A vintage machine," Kenji said. He checked his pockets. "Damn, no change." He looked down. Ah, my lucky day. On the ground, right by his foot, was a single coin. It was also red. "Weird," Kenji mumbled, but he picked it up. Must be some promotional token. He fed the coin into the machine. The lights flashed. A can dropped into the slot. It was a brand of Coke I'd never seen. The label was black and red. "See?" Kenji held the can up to the camera. "Just an old machine. Now a toast to Kato's lies." He popped the top. A small fizz sound. I was watching. I saw it. Kenji didn't. For a split second, as he opened it, I saw something moving inside. Just a shadow. "Don't!" I yelled at my computer screen. Kenji put the can to his lips. He froze. He looked into the can. The smile vanished from his face. He started to shake. He tried to scream, but only a gurgle came out. And then, it happened. A sound. A sound I will never, ever forget. The sound of metal grinding bone and flesh. Kenji convulsed violently. The camera fell to the ground. But it was still recording. I heard cracking, snapping, squelching. Kenji's body. It was being ... twisted, compressed, as if an invisible force was crushing him from the inside. He was being dragged. He slid across the floor, toward the red vending machine, the delivery slot, the tiny slot the can had come from. It was widening. It was splitting open like a jagged metal mouth. Kenji was pulled into it, feet first. I heard his legs snap. He was screaming, a wet, muffled scream. The machine devoured him, slowly. grinding him into a pulp of meat and cloth. Blood splattered the camera lens. Finally, only his hand was left, the hand still clutching his phone. The metal mouth slammed shut. Silence. Then, a mechanical whirring sound. 3 red coins clattered into the return slot. The live stream ended. I threw up. I was violently sick all over my floor. I'd killed him. No, I hadn't, but I led him there. My arrogance, my fame. They had killed Kenji. The video was taken down, but it was too late. Everyone had seen it. I was infamous. I was the only vlogger in the world with undisputed proof of the supernatural. My channel hit 10 million subscribers. I had everything I ever wanted, and I had lost everything. The haunting began. I couldn't sleep. When I closed my eyes, I saw Kenji being crushed. I saw Tsubasa banging his head. I heard Akiko scream. They weren't at the station anymore. They had followed me home. I saw the bandaged woman in my bathroom mirror. "You're beautiful too, Kato-san," she would hiss, her voice sizzling. I saw the old man, grinning at me from across the street, through my bedroom window, even though I was on the 15th floor. And the vending machine. Sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night. It would be standing in the corner of my room. Bright red. 3 red coins sitting in the tray, daring me to take them. I was losing my mind. Or the world was. I knew I had to go back. One last time, not for a video, not for the views, to end it. I went to Meido Station during the day. It looked almost normal. Still deserted, but at least sunlight filtered through the high windows. Tanaka was there, standing in the middle of the platform, as if he was waiting for me. "You look tired," he said. His voice wasn't flat anymore. It had a note of ... almost pity. "What are you?" I yelled, my voice breaking. "What is this place? Why are you doing this?" Tanaka walked slowly toward me. "We aren't doing anything, Kato-san. We are simply the caretakers. We provide a service." "A service?" I laughed, a wild, crazy laugh. "Murder?" "An exchange," he corrected. "A fair trade. Meido Station is a crossroads. It takes what people no longer want and gives them what they crave most." He pointed to the women's restroom. Akiko hated her face. She craved eternal beauty. We helped her fix it. Now she is beautiful forever in her pain. He gestured toward the tracks. Tsubasa hated his life. He wanted an escape. We gave him one. An endless loop of self-destruction. He motioned to where the vending machine had stood. Kenji craved an audience. He wanted to prove something. He got the performance of a lifetime. A death witnessed by 50,000 people. I stepped back. "And me? What did you give me?" "Fame," Tanaka smiled. "Views, recognition, you got it all. And now, it's time to pay, Kato-san." "I have nothing left to trade," I stammered. "Oh, but you do," he said. "You have something none of them had. You have a massive audience. And we ... We crave to be seen." Darkness began to pour from his office. It wasn't normal shadow. It was thick. It had form. "The station needs new stories," Tanaka's voice echoed, though his lips didn't move. "It needs new souls. And you will be the one to introduce them." They all appeared. Akiko, her face a sizzling, melted ruin. Tsubasa, his head twisted at an impossible angle, still banging against the air. Kenji, a crushed pulp of flesh, dragging himself across the floor, leaving a trail of blood. They surrounded me. "No," I whispered. "No, no." I heard a train. A train was sliding into the station. This one wasn't old and rusty. It was jet black, sleek, a silent, modern machine. The doors slid open. Inside, it was dark, except for one thing. On a red velvet seat was my camera. It was set up on its tripod. The red rec light was blinking. Its lens was pointed right at me. "Your special has arrived," Tanaka, or whatever was wearing his skin, said. Your audience is waiting. I looked at the lens. I looked at the waiting souls. I knew I couldn't fight. I knew I couldn't run. That addiction, the addiction to be seen, it was stronger than the fear. I stepped onto the train. The black, glossy doors slid shut behind me. Not a sound. The train began to move, accelerating into a tunnel that had no lights. I stood in front of my camera. I looked right into the lens. I knew millions would see this. My final video, I smiled. I picked up the camera, turning it to face the black tunnel ahead. Kato here, I heard myself say. I think I just found something truly exclusive. Everyone, watch where I go next. Thanks for watching until the end. What was your favorite part? Please let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my future content. Your support is my biggest motivation. Thank you all so much.